Hi, Joe Szynski here, and today we're going to talk a little about constraints. Specifically, what's the biggest constraint in your business? Now, we have a lot of constraints or a lot of issues in the business, but what is the biggest constraint? So this goes back into the book by a guy named Goldratt called The Goal or Theory of Constraints, and I'm going to identify this and help you work through this. The biggest constraint in your business is the only one that matters. So how do I identify that? Well, let's look at a graphic here. So this is the amount of revenue that you have today. Let's just say it's 1 million. Now the potential or your goal is, let's say it's 5 million. Okay, now what's preventing us from being up to 5 million? What's keeping us at 1 million? Now it could be marketing, it could be sales, it could be ops, it could be financials. There's lots of different things that it could be. It could be the CEO and the management team. But identifying the biggest constraint is the only one that matters. Focusing on these little constraints that are not keeping you from moving that bigger is the only one that matters. Let's say it's a marketing constraint. Then you go another level deeper. What part of marketing is the biggest constraint? So identifying the biggest constraint in your business and focusing on that before focusing on the other constraints is the key here. It's just like a big hose. Let's say you got this hose, it's a $5 million hose, but you only got $1 million. Well, what's that biggest kink? Getting out all the little kinks is not going to help. It's that biggest kink. Getting out that biggest kink opens up the hose and increases the revenue flow, the net profit. So identify what is your biggest constraint in the business and work on that first. If you're struggling with that, give us a call, 408-899-6737. We'll dive into it, identify your biggest constraint, and put a plan in place to resolve it. Thanks, and have an awesome, awesome day.